This is part two of a three-part series I'm doing about Elon Musk and Social Security disability. And the title of the series is, Will Elon Musk and the DOGE staffers destroy Social Security disability? And the part one, I talked about a couple of things. And if you haven't seen that, go back and look at that. I think number one is there's a real focus on combating fraud, and realize fraud, stealing money from Social Security, people that are working under the table, is a lot different than changing the standards for qualifying for disability. So I think they're going to really focus on fraud. And I think the second thing they're really focused on is reducing the number of federal employees in general, but specifically reducing the number of Social Security employees, both that handle the retirement matters as well as disability. The third thing I want to talk about is that I think they're going to really focus on, and again, we talk about destroy, it's not destroy, but it's going to change it pretty significantly, is a focus on automation, task automation. Mr. Musk is a big believer in artificial intelligence to handle routine type of tasks. The new Social Security commissioner, who will be confirmed soon, is a gentleman named Frank Bisignano. And Commissioner Bisignano comes from Wall Street, where basically he is known for rescuing large financial institutions by making them a lot more efficient and using automation to do tasks that were previously performed by human beings. And the question in my mind is, will the tasks that have been being done manually, can they be automated? And if so, how long is it going to take to automate them? I mean, realize that you have a system that kind of has been dragged into the 21st century by computerization and so forth, and a lot of stuff that's being done manually could be done by computer. The question is, is everybody out there computer literate? I know a lot of my clients, are not computer literate. They've got a high school education. The older ones really never got too involved with computers. So if you're now requiring people to do things on the computer, is that really feasible? Or do they need human beings to help them? For example, most applications now are done online, ssa.gov/apply for disability or disability/appeal. And it's a lot more efficient. I'm going to tell you, it's a lot more efficient. But some people still need to do it by hand. They don't want to go to the computer to do it. And so, if you make people use the computer that can't do it, you're going to discourage people from applying who really ought to be applied. Now, by making a lot of these tasks, especially like when you've all dealt with these phone trees where you call a number and you have a computer asking you to state your name and your identification and what you want, all that stuff. Those automated attendants, I'm not a big fan of them. I mean, I'd much rather talk to a person than having to go through this prompt tree of all these questions, but that's what I think it's going to be headed towards. And, that process is not going to be done overnight. It's going to have to be all programmed. It's going to have to be troubleshot. So you've got to make sure it's going to work properly. And there's some people who just are going to need to talk to a human being, but there are fewer and fewer human beings there. And I think what's going to happen is that, with the Social Security system encouraging buyouts, with the number of staff people being required to go back to work who are going to quit because they don't want to do so. Social Security is not a great place to work anyway at this point. You're going to have a lot of people that are leaving. There's not going to be a lot of people there. And I think that part of the goal here is to reduce the size of the workforce through attrition. People just getting fed up and quitting, or they're taking a buyout, or they're resigning, or they're just, because of age and they're not being replaced. But I think we're going to see a lot more automation. That's what Mr. Bisignano is known for, what Mr. Musk is known for. So I think we're going to see a lot. The problem, in my view, is that it's going to take 4 or 5 years to really get that, working efficiently. In the meantime, it's going to cause, a lot of delays. I mean, I'm trying cases now. People filed 3 years ago. Literally, they filed it 3 years ago, and now we're finally getting into a hearing. That may go to 4 years, 5 years. Can you imagine, trying or waiting around for 4 or 5 years with no money coming in and you're not able to work? I think that's, again, probably by design. They want people to give up and go back to work. So I think, that's my fourth focus, I think, is using the delays but to discourage people from filing or to discourage people from appealing. I think the word is already out there. I know my live stream, and by the way, if you're not aware of that, I go live every Wednesday night at 8:30 Eastern and answer questions from people in the chat, and I'll invite you to come. But people are very concerned about, is it even worth applying anymore because it's going to take so long? I think that's by design. I think they want to make sure that, I think they want to use the long delays as a tool to discourage people from filing and from appealing and to encourage people to go back to work. So I think that that's all part of it. There's a really focus on automation and then to use the delays to discourage people from filing and to reduce the number of claims that way. So that just says to me that you've got to really be, prepared when you file to wait a long time and to stick with it and keep appealing, and don't let all the noise you hear out there that there's no way you can still win. You can if you have a good case, but again, it might be a little bit more painful. I think that's, again, part of the whole process. Visit me online at SSD Answers. You can get a case evaluation. You can download my Secrets to Winning Disability Survival Kit there. Again, join me on Wednesday nights, 8:30 Eastern, to kind of keep up to date with all this. But I think that those are a couple of things I expect to see in the next 6 months to a year from Mr. Musk and the DOGE people to make Social Security, to slim it down, to really give it a real trimming. And I think there's going to be some pain in the short term when they do that. I hope you found this helpful, and stay tuned for part 3. That'll be in the next video. In the meantime, I wish you well, and we'll talk to you soon. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the survival kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.